Something really interesting is happening right now in the U.S. housing market. It's kind of puzzling, actually. Just as buyers are starting to see a little bit of daylight, the very people who build our houses, well, they're feeling more down in the dumps than they have in a long time. So what in the world is going on? Let's get into it.
Okay, so this slide really gets to the heart of the contradiction. On one hand, mortgage rates are coming down a bit, which you'd think is awesome news for everybody. But while that's giving buyers a little hope, the homebuilders' confidence is actually going in the other direction. It's sinking. It's like we're looking at two completely different markets at the same time. So how do we actually know that builders are feeling so gloomy? Well, it's not just a gut feeling. Economists have a really specific tool they use for this. It's kind of like they're taking the temperature of the entire construction industry.
And that tool is called the Housing Market Index, or HMI. The easiest way to think about it is like a monthly confidence score. And the magic number here is 50. If the score is above 50, builders are feeling pretty good. They're optimistic. But if it drops below 50, well, that's when pessimism starts to take over.
So what's the latest score? For January, it's 37. Yeah, that single number tells you almost everything you need to know. We are deep, deep in pessimistic territory. And looking at this chart really puts that number into perspective. It's not just that 37 is a low number, it's that it actually slipped from 39 just last month, so the trend is going down. And you can see right there, that dotted line at 50, man, we are a long way from optimism.
And get this isn't just a bad month or a bad quarter. This cloud of pessimism, it's been hanging over the industry for nearly 2 years straight. For almost 24 months, builder confidence has been stuck below that 50-point mark. This is a long-term problem.
Which, of course, brings us to the most important question of all. Why? Why are the people we need to build more homes feeling so negative about the future? Well, it turns out they're running into what you could only describe as a wall of headwinds.
This quote from the NAHB's chief economist really nails the biggest issue. It all comes back to affordability for the buyer. Even if mortgage rates dip a little, home prices are still so high that coming up with a down payment feels impossible for a lot of people. And if your customers can't afford to buy your product, well, that's a massive problem.
But wait, it's not just about buyer affordability, even though that's a huge piece of it. There's actually a whole laundry list of other things that builders themselves are struggling with on a daily basis.
And here's that list. I mean, look at this. The cost of just about everything is going up. Materials, labor, you name it. They're having a tough time finding enough skilled workers. They're even struggling to find available lots to build on. And then on top of all of that, their own projections for future sales are getting weaker. It's really like they're getting hit from every possible angle. Okay, so what happens when builders feel this way? This isn't just about feelings. It's about actions, and their pessimism directly translates into real-world decisions that affect the entire housing market. Just think about this number for a second. 4 in 10. That's the proportion of builders who had to offer some kind of incentive in January just to get buyers to sign on the dotted line. And the most common incentive, price cuts, a full 40%. That's 4 out of every 10 builders had to literally slash their prices last month to make a sale. When you see that many people in an industry cutting prices, that's a huge red flag that the market is really, really tough. And again, this wasn't a one-off January clearance sale. This has been going on for the last 3 months. That consistency tells us this isn't a blip, it's a sustained weakness in the market. So what's the logical result of all this? If you're not feeling confident about the future and you have to cut your prices just to sell what you have now, you're probably not going to be in a rush to start building more, right? And that's exactly what we're seeing. Fewer new construction projects are getting started. Okay, we've spent a lot of time talking about builders and their problems. But why should you care? Well, whether you're looking to buy a home, trying to sell one, or even if you're a renter, this builder pessimism has ripple effects that touch absolutely everyone. So here's the bottom line, the most important takeaway from all of this. When builders get pessimistic, they stop building as many houses. It's that simple. And that, in turn, makes our existing housing shortage even worse. Now here's the crazy ironic part. With fewer new homes coming onto the market, the competition for existing homes gets tougher, which can actually keep overall prices for all homes stubbornly high. It's a tough cycle to break. And all of this leaves us with one really big, unanswered question. We all know we have a housing crunch in this country, and we all know the solution is to build more homes. But if the very people whose job it is to build those homes don't feel confident enough to actually do it,
How does this problem ever get solved?